Okay, all set.
Okay, here we go. Okay, welcome back, everybody. This is the First Inning Podcast, and I'm here with Roger, the big Yankee fan. Say hello, Roger.
Hello, everyone. Happy New Year to everyone. This is New Year's Day evening, and everything is going pretty good. I hope everyone had a good holiday season, and Happy New Year to everyone.
Yeah, man, definitely. Happy New Year to everybody. It was a rainy New Year. This one, I don't know where in West Virginia how it was, but in New York City it poured. You heard?
I'm sorry. There was a lot of rain in New York City, no doubt about it. We had rain down here too, and it rained for most of the day and then cleared up in the evening. But a lot of rain in Times Square last night, and they estimated to have about 1 million people in Times Square, and they had 7,000 police and bomb sniffing dogs, and they had a drone watching over the crowd, and people were really packed in, that's for sure. And they had a good New Year's Eve, even though there's a lot of heavy-duty rain there.
Yeah, man, and the Yankees are waiting on a good New Year's Eve for information from Machado. See what happens with this guy. You know?
Yes. What happened is a little tidbit. I don't know if we could really make much out of this or not, but he started to follow the Yes Network on Instagram for a little while. He was following the Yes Network
and the equipment manager as well.
And what's that?
The equipment manager too.
Oh yeah. So he tried to follow the Yes Network. He did follow the Yes Network on Instagram for a little while, and then he stopped following. So I don't know if he was doing a little bit of trolling or what he was really doing there. But so we'll see where that all goes. But anyway, we're still waiting for the word, and he said that he will be making it now that the new year has come. And I have some interesting information from Pinstripe Alley. It's a very good Yankees publication, and they have a nice writer named Caitlin Rogers, and she put in 19 things to look forward in 19, basically.
And what's that?
So it is a matter of 19 different things that Yankee fans can look forward to in 19. So that would be pretty good. We could do that a little bit later. And so what are your upcoming plans for the channel this year?
Well, definitely it's going to be the podcast will continue.
Okay.
It's gonna. Well, the future for the podcast is gonna run simultaneously on television media, and and we're gonna run it here on YouTube as well. So it's gonna have two platforms to be running on now. So I'm very excited about that. It's gonna be called Television Radio, I believe it is, and I think it starts next week. I'm not sure of my slot time or whatever it is yet, but I'll figure that out when we get there, and I'll let you know.
That is wonderful, and I thank you for having me involved in this. This is wonderful. You have a great podcast, and I thank you for involving me in it for sure.
Yeah, man. And next year it's all the Yankee games as well, man. That is going to continue with the Yankee vlogs. I want to see if I could get a group of people to go to all the CC games with me together, and see if anything happens with that. You know.
Wow, that would be pretty good. That would be pretty darn good. And I'm definitely looking forward to your vlogs for sure. And I'm one of the big fans of your vlogs. And we will. I'll be coming up the beginning of March. and I'll meet up with you, and we will work out arrangements and get some seats together for some games. My visits to Yankee Stadium will probably be in mid to late April, and then again in July, and then again in September. And I hope to get to another 9 or 10 games as usual. I'll get a few games on the main level, some expensive seats. I'm really saving up for that. And then I'll get some other games that are, upper deck and in the terrace and that kind of thing. And possibly a couple of standing rooms as well. So we'll see how it all works out. But I'm looking forward to seeing you in March and coming up, and we'll go to the Yankee box office together and get everything organized.
Absolutely, man. I'm not even Zach Campbell can do what I do. He might get a whole lot of baseballs and go to different stadiums, but he still doesn't document the Yankee Stadium like I do. Nobody does, in my opinion.
No, he does a good job, but I'm really a favorite. You're really one of my favorites, no doubt about it. And Tua was talking about, my sister Tua was discussing about possibly if your funds are available to invest in a camera with a stabilizer, because Tua says it jumps a little bit. It makes it a little difficult for her to watch some of the podcasts. So I don't know how much it would be to invest in a camera with a stabilizer, for a more steady picture.
Yeah, a lot of that is handheld stuff. That's why it shakes like that. You can't even. The thing with Yankee Stadium is you can't bring a lot of that stuff in there.
Right.
And plus, there's no video recording allowed as well. So it's like I'm doing it like secretly, but they know I'm doing it. You know what I mean? That type of thing.
They kind of let it slide, pretty much, which I don't fully understand, because you're really promoting the Yankees, for goodness sake. You know what I mean? You are promoting the Yankees, and but that is something, yeah. And but Tulu was mentioning something about that. But I really like your blogs quite a bit. We've been friends for about a year now, and I was checking in on Yankee blogs, and I saw yours, and I said he really does some quality blogs, and he enjoys being there and does great shots of the Yankee Stadium. So it was great that I was able to hook up with you on the computer. We've become good friends.
Absolutely, man. It's been a great year, man, and it's been a great year for baseball too, man. Everybody did a lot this year. It was a good, positive year, actually.
Yes, exactly. So what I do have, and I can go through it. It might take a couple minutes, but I can go through a article by Caitlin Rogers of Pinstripe Alley, and she has 19 things for Yankee fans to look for in 2019, and it seems to be pretty interesting. And I thought I could run through that with you if you would like.
Yeah, run it by. Let's see what they got.
Okay, here we go. This is from Caitlin Rogers of Pinstripe Alley. And number one, whatever pending move Brian Cashman has up his sleeve, Ninja Cash can always be counted on to pull a shockingly good trade out of nowhere. We are already the James Paxton deal, but he's sure this was something else between now and the trade deadline. Number two to look forward to is pitchers and catchers reporting on February 13th. That's just 6 weeks away. And number three is the start of spring training games. The best thing about spring training is that news starts flowing again, and we finally get player updates. The second best thing is that some of these games are televised. After 4+ months of no baseball, I will take 2 innings of watching games with Jacoby Ellsbury playing in the outfield. And number 4 is a healthy Aaron Judge. Pretty much a healthy Aaron Judge is what we could look forward to. I know that he came back towards the end of 2018, but those nearly 2 months without him were brutal. I miss this guy. Fingers crossed that he can stay healthy all year and have another 2017-esque season, pretty much. That would be pretty good to look forward to as well. And number 5 is the reawakening of the Yankees-Red Sox rivalry. Not everyone will agree with this, but the rivalry with Boston was still rather stale until 2018. it had been years since the two teams had both been good at the same time, and I think that has a lot to do with it. The something the Red Sox dished out in the ALDS, coupled with their World Series win, has made the rivalry feel exciting again. I hope the Yankees destroy them in 2019. And number 6 is our first look at James Paxton in prospect. This is the most exciting thing to happen during the off season so far. This writing the Manny Machado decision hasn't been made, and I can't wait to see the Big Maple in action. I'll go up to number 10, and then we could stop there, and then I'll go into the rest in a little bit.
Yeah.
Number 7, not having Sonny Gray on the team probably. That's something to look forward to. It just hasn't worked out for Gray in the Bronx, and Cashman made it clear that he wants to trade him.
And he's still on the team.
Yeah, although he hasn't been moved yet, I think we can all look forward to not seeing him implode every 5 days. And number 8 is a healthy Clint Frazier. What was it with this team in outfield injuries last year? After a spring training concussion, 2018 ended up being a lost year for Red Thunder, which is Frazier's nickname. The exciting news is that he has resumed baseball activities and should be good to go come spring training. Maybe he even job from Brett Gardner. We'll have to see. And number 9 is a fixed Luis Severino, hopefully. After a brilliant first half of the season, Sevy fell off a cliff after the All-Star break. The Yankees knew that he had an issue with tipping pitches, and that should all be straightened out by the time the season starts. Here's hoping for more consistency this year. And number 10 is a full season of Gleyber Torres and Miguel Andujar. The kids were far better in 2018 than most of us ever could have dreamed. They both even worked their way into the Rookie of the Year discussion. Now they'll have the chance to play the full year in the bigs, assuming that Andujar doesn't get traded, which I hope he doesn't. They could be even better in 2019, and then I'll do through 11 through 20 in a little bit. I'll just let you unpack that.
Right, that's cool, man. It sounds good, man, but it doesn't sound convincing to me. It doesn't sound convincing to me. Sorry to say it, but it sounds horrible that we have those things to look forward to. Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's horrible, man. You know, Cashman's still yet to make the big trade yet. You know?
Right.
He still hasn't done anything. Yeah, we got Paxton. We'll see what he can do, if he can make it. You know? And we still need a big pitcher. We still need one more pitcher.
Yeah, there's a possibility. Well, what they have done as of right now, unless they go to a 6-man rotation, is they have it set out where it's going to be Severino, Tanaka, James Paxton, Jay Happ, and CC Sabathia. As of right now, that is the 5. And we'll have to see what they plan on doing as far as getting another starting pitcher or what might happen after that. I like the Jay Happ signing. He was very consistent and very decent Yankees after he came over in the trade.
Well, that's like what? That's out of 5 pitches there, you got what? Maybe 60 wins out of them? 70 wins?
Wow, that would be pretty good. Holy cow, that wouldn't be not too bad at all. That's averaging about 15 wins apiece. That would be wonderful. Remember, Severino won 19 games last year, even after having a very rough second half. Yeah. And I think Jay Happ will be very good. Jay Happ is an older pitcher at 36 years old, but he was very consistent, and we can get a nice win total out of him. And really, the way it stands right now is the win totals for starting pitchers doesn't matter as much as it used to, really, because there are a lot of no decisions thrown in, because pitchers will go less innings now, and it will turn into a bullpen decision.
Oh, that's right, man. Mostly the bullpen wins about, 10, 15 games as well in the year?
Yeah, I would say so. It depends on, how they use their bullpens and everything. But the Yankees, once again, as far as that is concerned, they are still, Zach Britton and David Robertson are still out there. And it would be good if the Yankees signed one of them to stay in the bullpen for the Yankees for 2019. And there is also another relief pitcher out there that's getting a lot of talk, named Adam Ottavino. But I think they should concentrate on signing Britton back. I think he has the largest upside.
Yeah, that's true. They need him for the setup man. You know, they need a
Exactly.
bullpen. You know, without the bullpen, the Yankees ain't going nowhere. David Robinson,
Right.
David Robinson, he's an idiot for letting his manager go, and he's gonna represent himself. The Yankees might not even pick him up. The Yankees might not even pick him up because honestly, David Robinson has shot his load already. You know what I mean?
Yeah, in some ways. He's in his early 30s now.
If you get this guy, he's gonna blow the game. He's gonna blow the game. He might stop a few, but he's gonna blow the game. You know,
I would go more for Britton over Robertson.
Yeah, absolutely.
Robertson is fan favorite.
Yeah, I know he's the fan favorite there, but the guy had shot his load 2 years ago in that playoff when he came back to New York. That was his peak. That was his peak. Last year, he was struggling, man. He can't even barely pitch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's struggling.
He did have a couple meltdowns. He had a couple meltdowns last year.
Yeah, they always think that he's still the same David Robinson. Nah, man. And you know what? They screwed him up too. You see, that's what's funny about baseball. You can't have a name, then you leave the team and change your name and come back and think that you're gonna be the same old Houdini. Okay? Because when David Robinson was on the team, his nickname was Houdini. Why? Because he got out of jams. Okay? He left. Yeah, he left. And then they started calling him D-Rob or whatever. And then when he came back, that's why I said, yo, how come he don't have Houdini, man? He's called Houdini. He's not called D-Rob. You understand?
Right.
So they screwed that over. And that's why he's a piece of crap now. Because they screwed up his name. That's baseball, man.
I'm not gonna be as hard on him. I think he was decent. He had a run average in the threes, and but I mean, he's not the dominating. He doesn't have the. I don't think he has the potential to be as dominating as that.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't dominating in the first place. He was getting by. He was lucky. He was luckily to get by the first time as a Yankee, and then he survived as a Chicago White. Was it Chicago White Sox or
yeah.
Right? He survived over there because that's a mediocre team, you know, and faults over there doesn't get looked at as they do over here in New York, you know.
Exactly.
In New York, he's struggling. He can't pitch here. You kidding me? Forget about it. We're lucky.
So you wouldn't re-sign Robertson then?
If that's my last only choice, if he's the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, right now they're. You know, both Robertson and Britton are out on the market. And I think between the two of them, the Yankees should concentrate on bringing Britton back.
Yeah.
Even though D-Rob is a fan favorite, I think Britton has a little more upside.
Yeah, he does. And they need to get somebody who's solid there. You know what I mean? Who's reliable. The David Robinson is not reliable. He used to be.
And
not no more.
Yeah, Dylan Betances will have some meltdowns, you know, when he can't find the plate. But when Dylan Betances is on, I think he is the most dominating relief pitcher.
Yeah, if he could find the plate. If he could find the plate, you know. And that's another guy that he's unreliable as well. You know, it's just that he has enough talent to stay on the team. Because it'll be a shame to get rid of somebody like that. You know what I mean? You'd rather have somebody like that on your team than another team. You know what I mean? And let him develop.
That 99-mile-per-hour fastball and the devastating slider, the breaking pitch that he throws. And when he's on, he is the most dominating relief pitcher in the majors. But when he is off, he is really off. And that's the thing with him. It's a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, pretty much, with Dylan Betances, where when he is on for long stretches, you can count on him for anything. When he's having those troubles, they can't count on him at all.
It's the same thing with the starting 5 pitching staff, you know?
Yeah.
CC, we already know CC. There's gonna be games that he's not gonna make it past the second or third inning. We know that. Severino, same thing. We already know there's gonna be games he's not gonna make it past the first inning. You know what I mean?
It's possible.
You know, and Tanaka as well. So
right, I guess that is it with any major leaguer. You know that there's always going to be upsides and downsides. You know, with any starting pitcher, unless they're Sandy Koufax or something like that. But you know, they make 30 to 35 starts a year, and a number of those times that they go out there, they're just not going to have their best stuff, or they're not going to have a good game. So bad games will happen.
Yeah, because Yankees don't hit sometimes as well. You know, there's sometimes the Yankees don't even show up to the ball game. You know?
I know. Sometimes it's bad. So I run through 11 through 20 for you?
Yeah, good. Let's see what else we got.
Okay, I'll do that now. Okay, number 11, a clean slate for Gary Sanchez. It was a rough season for the catcher. He missed several months with a groin injury, and when he was healthy, he played poorly. Sanchez did resemble his former self during the postseason, though. Now he has the chance to turn the page on 2018 and have a bounce-back performance. Number 12 is the Yankees-Red Sox game in London, which will be something to look forward to. Because of the time differences, these may not be convenient to watch or recap, but it's still exciting that the Yankees will be playing baseball across the pond. Number 13 is a new and improved rotation, which we were just talking about. There weren't any ace pitchers to be found on the market this offseason. However, the additions of Paxton and Dayap put the Bombers in a better place than they were with Gray and Domingo Germán and Lance Lynn. And number 14 is Didi Gregorius' eventual return. Considering just how many key players spent time on the disabled list last year, Judge and Sanchez and Torres and Gregorius, you have to imagine that the 2018 Yankees could have hit way more home runs as healthy. It's entirely possible that we'll see them set a new record again in 2019. And number 16 is a wiser Aaron Boone. Now that the Yankees skipper has his first year of managing behind him, you can only hope that he learned a lot, did a lot of reflecting, and won't repeat past mistakes again. And number 17 is Masahiro Tanaka. Instagram posts, that's funny, and mistranslations. Tanaka doesn't post his social media account super often, but there are some gems in there, so that's kind of funny. And number 18 is getting back to the playoffs. We can probably anticipate a knockdown, drag-out fight between the Yankees and Red Sox lasting all season long. It'd be fun to see the Bombers take the lead and create a huge gap in the standings, but they might be fighting for a wild card spot once again, and there is just 2 more to go. And number 19 is the Yankees' next World Series title. Who knows what will happen in October 2019, but it's fun to daydream about them winning it all. And what are you most looking forward to in 2019? So that is 19. I said 20, but it's 19 for the year 19. So those are some of the things that we could possibly look forward to as we look towards the 2019 season.
How come the Yankees haven't fired the batting coach?
Oh, I'm not sure. Well, the Yankees, let's see, they
I would have fired his ass last year. I would have fired his ass. What was it Marcus Times? Fire his ass.
Yeah.
The Yankees' bats were horrible. Nobody's looking forward to that, huh? You know what I'm looking forward to? If the Yankees don't make it, Cashman being fired as well. How about that? And the Steinbrenner family is soft because they have this guy there. Soft. That's what we're looking forward to. Let's see what happens, man. The Yankees, man, they're going to be borderline wild card team. That's what they're going to be. They're going to be a wild card team, if that. If the Yankees staff, pitching staff, can pitch, then, man, I don't even think they're going to win the division with that team they got there. Nah, they're not even going to. Honestly speaking, man, I watch baseball all day. I'm watching Winter League. I'm watching Australian League, Dominican League, Puerto Rican League, Colombian League. And let me tell you, I watch a lot of baseball. These guys buy these big names. The Stanton can't do nothing when they get here. You see, that's the thing about the pinstripes. Let me explain to you about pinstripes. Cashman could buy God to play on the team. But if he's not meant to be in pinstripes, he ain't gonna play like a Yankee. And what makes a Yankee, is his heart. His heart for playing. That's what makes a Yankee. Right. Not his paycheck, not his home runs, not his whatever. It's the heart that makes him a Yankee. And we can go back to Bernie Williams, Jorge Posada, Derek Jeter, Mariano Rivera, Andy Pettitte. Those guys have the heart. Tito Martinez has heart. Scott Brosius, heart. Okay, Wade Boggs, heart. Paul O'Neill, heart. Mattingly, heart. All those guys had heart. These guys have no heart. No heart at all.
My goodness. You're being really rough on them today.
No, I'm telling you the truth, man. I'm telling you the truth. I'm a big Yankee fan. I'm a baseball fan. But I'm telling you the truth. Aaron Judge, he's the only one that got heart on the team.
Wow.
The only one that has heart on the team. CC, he has a big heart, but he can't play. Can't do it by himself. You see what I'm saying? He can't do it by himself. So
I personally think that the Yankees, I think that they will be a strong team again, and we'll see what happens with the whole Manny Machado situation. But
they don't have the team, man. They don't have the team because let's go back to 2009. They have veterans on the team, Roger. Raul Ibanez was on the team hitting home runs. Okay? They had a whole bunch of guys there. And let's go back to 2000. They had a whole bunch of guys there. 98. They had Tim Raines. Veterans. Okay? Right. On the team to support that campaign of winning a World Series. It was no joke. Right. They had the team. They had the people. The Yankees don't have the people. They don't have the depth. Yeah, but that's how far as you go. The Yankees had more depth than that. You got to go back to these World Series teams and look at the teams they had. The backup was a Hall of Famer. You know what I mean? Pretty much, almost a Hall of Famer. They had backups. You know, and the Yankees are not making these decisions like they used to do. You know, that's my point. Right. That's my point, and that's why I say the Yankees are gonna be a wild card team. Because Cashman is not supporting the team. You know, you have to have everybody. When they say the Yankees, they have 25 stars on a team, right? 25 stars. They don't have not one star. They have 25 stars. You know, everybody has to contribute on the team, not one guy. You're not gonna do it. You're not gonna make it. We're not gonna make it like that.
And
you know,
there was a situation that you were talking about that happened in 2000, where say the '98 team, they didn't have any specific what you would call standout name, star names, and they gelled as a team and just played great as a team. In '98, their biggest home run hitter hit 27 home runs, and '98 was the year of Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa and all of that, and the Yankees just played as a team and won 114 games.
Yeah, but they had the staff. They had the staff. '98, they had El Duque, man. Come on, man. These guys were meant to win that. To win the World Series, man. These guys were meant to win that. Just like Boston was last year. Right. I told you, when you see it, and you know it. They're going to win I told you last year, Boston's going to win the World Series if they don't let up. You know, that's the facts. That's the facts. You know, like I told you, I'm a Yankee fan, but I talk through the facts. You know, the facts. The facts of the matter is, you know, I don't know what Steinbrenner's problem is, but if you're making all that money off the Yankees, put it back into the team. You know what I mean? Because you're screwing over the people of the Bronx here. You know what I mean? Because we're the people that have to suffer. You know what I mean? Every Yankee game, we have to suffer for every Yankee game here, the people of the Bronx. You know why we have to suffer? Because the 4 train is packed. And on the ride home from work, I got to ride with 1,000 Yankee fans already packed on a normal day without no game. Now I got to ride super packed with these Yankee fans, okay? Then the traffic after work is ridiculous around Yankee Stadium because the police closed down every block around the stadium. So it's horrendous to get around. So, you know, the Yankees are very inconsiderate of their own people here. And what they're doing is they're taking the money and they're pocketing it. They're not giving it back. You know, and they do these stupid bullcrap foundations, whatever. You know, but they don't want to win a World Series, man. And that's the way I feel about it. They don't want to put the money in to win the World Series. Okay? Because in 1996, they put the money in to win the World Series. 98, they put the money in to win the World Series. Even in 2000, they put the money in. I can't think of the names of who they got right now, but they got them. 2009, they got CC, Burnett, all these people, veterans. The whole squad was veterans, and they was making sure they was gonna win that World Series. They paid in 2009 for that World Series, you know. And now,
what happened in 2008? They missed the playoffs. That was Joe Girardi's first year, and they did have 89 wins, but missed the playoffs. And then the following year, in 2009. They signed Mark Teixeira, CC Sabathia, and AJ Burnett, and that benefited the team.
Yeah, and Mark Teixeira. They had all kind of people they signed that year, man. That was crazy. They were signing people left and right. If you was the best baseball player in that era, you was coming to the Yankees. They don't care who you were. They're gonna kidnap your ass, put you in the back of a trunk, and bring you to Yankee Stadium, and you're gonna play whether you like it or not. You know what I mean?
Raul Ibanez was really good. I really like Raul Ibanez.
Yeah, man.
In 2010, he had him for the 1 year, and he had a very poor spring training the first year with the Yankees, but then hit some major clutch home runs for the Yankees. He spent many years with the Phillies, and then he hit many clutch home runs for the Yankees that year. And I remember that was the year that they lost to the Tigers in the American League Championship Series. And Jeter broke his ankle on the first game. That was very rough. And then he was out for the part of the other year. But I feel a little more positive than you do. I think you're going to be a team that wins close to 100 games again this year, or possibly 100 games. And there's still a lot of unknowns still. We don't know what they're doing with Manny Machado or what's happening. We still have 6 weeks of spring training.
No, absolutely right. Even if they get Machado, they have to still play like they never played before. You know?
Exactly.
Because they're coming back with Ellsbury, who never played. They're coming back with Brett Gardner, who's an automatic out now. You know what I mean?
Well, he did have a rough year last year.
Yeah, he's an automatic out. So count 4 outs for him every game. So you know they got to get rid of him. They got what they should have did was give him a minor league contract, like they used to do. Steinbrenner did it all the time to these guys. Give them a minor league contract, and you work your way back up, man. That's it. And then we give you a hurrah, a retirement. And that's it. See you later, man. Sayonara, man. Hope you make it into the Hall of Fame. You know what I mean? That's it.
Well, they're more high on him than you are because they gave him a $7 million.
I would have got Harper, man. I would have got Harper in a heartbeat. See ya, gone. I would have did a press conference and did a parade for Brett Gardner at Yankee Stadium in the off season. There you go. Hey, see you, man. Bye bye. Or go play for another team. I would have got you. Want to buy a World Series? I'll show you how to buy a World Series. And the Yankees have the money to buy a World Series. They could have got Harper. They get the Machado, and they get everybody who the hell they want to get. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they had every chance to get all those big pitches. You know. And now Keichel.
Yeah. Well.
Keichel, he's going to Cleveland or something now, right? Where's he going?
Well, Corey, I don't know what's happening with Keuchel. Keuchel is still out there as a free agent, and the Yankees could have made a trade for Corey Kluber, but it's been pretty quiet about that. Like recently, things have been pretty quiet, as you said. It's the holiday season and everything, and things have been pretty quiet, and that's why the list of 19 things are just some basic generalizations as to what to look forward to, because there really is not much in the way of concrete news going on.
Man, if I was Steinbrenner and you want to buy a World Series, I would have bought all them pitchers. I would have had a seven pitcher pitching staff. 7 pitches. Wow. We're gonna go 7 days. That's it. Everybody gonna pitch. We don't even have backup. Backup.
But anyway, I think I might have to call it a little short because the battery was a stupid mistake on my part. My battery was a little bit low here, and I'm starting to get a little bit of beeping on my end of the line, which means that my battery is running low. But we had a good podcast, and you really speak your mind, that's for sure, and that's pretty good.
I'm just being optimistic, man. I want the reason why I speak like that, because I want the Yankees to prove me wrong. Exactly. I want them to prove me wrong, because if you don't, let me tell you, with my experience of the Yankees, if you don't talk crap about them, they ain't gonna prove you wrong, and they're gonna be crap anyway. You know what I mean? So if a player is doing bad, you bash him. You bash him until he starts doing better. If he don't do better, you get rid of him. That's it. That's the New York way of thinking, man. You know what I mean?
That's the New York way. Exactly.
It's nothing against the team. It's not trying to be a hater, let's say, or anything like that. It's just saying, listen, man, we got expectations, and we expect you to do this, and we expect this outcome. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
Anything less is a failure. That's it.
Right. That's great that you have us on another outlet, another source of an outlet. So that's wonderful. Yeah. And I'll say Happy New Year to everyone again. And we'll do another one real soon, hopefully after the Machado situation is satisfied.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with that, man. The Yankees have a lot of work to do. I guess they're going to have to call me to pitch. I'm ready to pitch. Where's Steinbrenner?
Yeah.
Steinbrenner, give me a contract. I'll play for free, man. Just give me a ticket.
How about just a major league minimum of $540,000 a year? I think you can handle that.
I think it's $250. No, it's $250,000. $250,000.
No, it's $540,000.
They raised it now?
$540,000.
Damn, they got lucky now. So I get to give me a 1-day contract. I'll be good.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So you take care, BX Bomber.
All right, man. It's been great talking to you, and I'll talk to you then.
Okay. Take care, everyone. Happy New Year.
Absolutely. Happy New Year, and this is the end. And as always, folks, make sure you go follow on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and the First Inning Podcast is also on Spotify, so you can check that out there as well. So, so long, everybody. See ya.
Take care.